Did someone say 2 Megapops is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to get 2 million or more pops with a single tower within the crowd? Well, somebody did. And today's adventure will be going along the Abyssal Warrior path. We can fit you here, or if we go squish to the right, we can make your range longer. So we're going to be doing just that. Because in update 45, they've given the Abyssal Warrior 4 times the amount of damage in its trident attack, which, I'm not gonna lie, I think the top path Mermonkey is already powerful enough as it was before its buffs, and now it's just, I think it's a brilliant tower, let's just say that. And the tier 3 is not bad as well, because that now has 4 damage per trident attack. So nothing to laugh about, honestly, for a tier 3 upgrade. 4 damage, and obviously with trident swiftness, it obviously fires faster by default. I just wish with trident efficiency it's able to make the alluring melodies, symphonic resonance, and the final harmonic spawn more often. But alas, that's just how it's going to be. Next up, we're going to summon our one and only mustache handsome friend, Geraldo. But we've got to get through this round first. Put you on last, and hopefully then yellows get squashed. That just about did it. We'll put Geraldo at the end of the track, just in case if any balloons decide that they don't want to be popped by our Mermonkey here. Right, round 15. I think we're going to need some additional help on this round. And when I mean additional help, I mean we may need to spawn something that will temporarily be near the track, so that it can help us out temporarily, and then after that it can do whatever it wants. So I'm thinking a beast handler to help us out here and get ourselves a Microraptor, and then once we're done with a Microraptor we can just summon him near the storm drains here. I just need something else to help out with popping some of these balloons. And that seems to have done the trick. Okay, we're going to put you back over here. Hopefully we don't need you for the time being. But knowing me, that might be the case. Yellow balloons. Yeah, that yellow balloon's going to sneak. No, that's good. Although regrows. That's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Will it be a... Yeah, that's going to be a problem. It's going to regrow. It just had to regrow there, didn't it? Right, that does that round then. Just have you venom there sometimes. Gonna need you again, won't we? Or maybe not. I'm hoping to get the Abyss Dweller at some point, because then we get access to the tentacle attacks. Yeah, I don't think Geraldo's going to be able to do all of this, so the dino there was quite needed. I think it's also going to be needed on this round as well, considering all things. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do all of this on your own there. I may deploy some glue down, and hopefully that will help us out here. Regrow balloon might still be an issue, but that's okay actually. It's always like the really fast rounds which would catch us off guard, but I do want that Abyss Dweller as soon as possible. Our glue's not yet run out, that's brilliant, and hopefully Geraldo will be able to finish those blues off, and that single red. Good. Okay, how much longer are you going to last, Vic? Okay, you've run out. Hopefully that is enough. No, that's not enough. How about second glue? Great, yellow balloons. Hope you can handle them, Geraldo. I heard they are quite deadly. When I say quite, I mean truly career-ending. And that clears that. Now, thankfully, because we can detect camo balloons, we don't need to rely on a stack of old nails for the end of the track there. Now that we've got Abyss Dweller, we need to focus on round 28, because round 28 has a little something called lead balloons. Right, we're going to put you up here, and hopefully you're going to be able to reach. Yep. Yes, you can reach it. Good. That's exactly what we wanted for the acidic mixture div to hit that, so that then you can turn into the normal damage type as long as that little injection icon is up and running and the green bubbles appear around you. I nicknamed the beast handler I Choose You because it feels like a very similar concept to Pokemon. You throw out a creature and then it obeys your commands and it does stuff, but this little T-Rex, no, this little Microraptor only has one move. It's called Bite. So is the Microraptor going to benefit from being a dark type creature, as it's a stab dark. Stab meaning same type attack bonus, by the way, if you're wondering. But the teeth do stab into the flesh. Abyssal Warrior now online, and what a warrior, I mean Gothic Warrior you is. Still a very, it's such an eerie design, I like it, I really do like it. Berserker Brew, then Stronger Stimulant, and then we're going to put some Echo Sense Network down, and we're going to summon 9 more, because previously Echo Sense Network used to only stack up to 5 Echo Sense Mermonkeys. But in update 45, Ninja Kiwi upped the antics by going up to 10. If only if a certain other cross path could also have the same benefits, but no. Right, single lead balloon. Would you go away, please? Thank you. Stronger Stimulant, up and active. Now this does increase the damage per shot from 8 to 10 by default. But against them, oh my goodness sakes. That is light work. What's really strange is that only under the Stronger Stimulant can you receive the Pierce buff from the Abyssal Warrior. Right, you're all going to thrive in the waters back here, since, well, you're going to be out of a way back here, just like Geraldo is out of a way back here. 9 of these, please. Right, we now have 10 Echo Sense Network Mermonkeys. I think we're good when it comes to range now, but we can still increase it even further by having a village to give it more than just range benefits. Jungle Drums, and we're going to go up to Call to Arms for that additional attack speed and pierce. But I think MIB is definitely the most important one to definitely change us from a shatter damage type to normal damage type. Yeah, you're making light work of these Moabs. I think Ninja Kiwi might have buffed this a little bit too much. It was already a very good ceramic killer thanks to its tentacles, but now it's a pretty decent Moab killer as well. I would say like BFBs and onwards are still like, well, ones in which we should look out for. But honestly, in a 2 Megapop scenario, when you're giving this thing a lot of different support, such as buffing it and then decreasing the capabilities of the Moabs themselves by reducing their speed, giving them more damage, let's say with a glue strike impact on them. Yeah, we're in a pretty powerful stage. What would be incredibly ironic is if I put down another Abyssal, put down another one of these right by this one, so that then it can have the Abyssal Warrior pierce buff on Abyssal Warrior. Anyways, me doing that sort of jokes. Anyways, BFB, let's see what we can do against this thing. Can they take it down, or does it need some support? Nope. No additional support required. And thanks to having the Abyssal Warrior Pierce buff, we can actually Pierce buff our glue gunners nearby here so that they can do an even better job than they would normally do. Mortified Moabs go down. What do you consider about the masses, since, well, the tentacles and the tridents can deal with the masses? Did you see what just happened to those ceramics? It just got eviscerated. You can tell that this is quite a powerful tower, when we don't even need to use some of Geraldo's items. You can't put Sharpening Stone on this since it's not a sharp damage type. When this was first introduced, the Trident was a sharp damage type, but then in the next minor update, so that was 44.1, they changed the Trident's damage type from sharp to shatter. Now, in a lot of cases, that is a buff, but in this case, in the 2 Megapop case, not being able to give it Sharpening Stone could be considered a minor nerf, but at the same time being able to pop frozen balloons is still very good by default. Right, Mermonkey, you're gonna have yourself yet another buff to you once the ability is active. I honestly believe round 80 could be the first like legitimate threat to our survival here, but at the same time, we're in a comfortable stage here. We're going to get ourselves Call to Arms next, and then we're going to see how we go from there. But I'm honestly pretty comfortable with what we've got going on so far. Speaking of Pokemon, I think Lord of the Abyss is definitely a dark water type. If it was such a entity in an alternate universe, there is such a Pokemon that has in its description, it's an Abyssal Warrior. It is known as the Lord of the Abyss. That actually could be a good legendary like description for a Pokemon, Lord of the Abyss. Actually, that's just Giratina. Round 78, it's going to be light work. Gosh, this thing's just so powerful against ceramics. Like, it's not even a joke. I'm not even worried about the ceramics later on. It's definitely Moabs, which are the more scary threat here. Like, with a lot of towers, like, they're quite good against Moabs, but you have to really be considerate about the ceramics inside. I'm not concerned at all about ceramics later on throughout the game when we've got this behemoth on the field. Fortified BFBs? Not a problem. They get popped really quickly. Like, if you pop a fortified BFB at this point here, but then again, they are slowed down by two different forms of slowdown. The ink from the Abyssal Warrior and the Moab Glue here. Now, I'm going to think about getting Absolute Zero first before we get Relentless Glue, but I definitely feel like we're going to need Relentless Glue just so that every time this thing pops a balloon, nearby balloons and Moabs and DTs will actually be able to be stunned, which is pretty cool. You can actually reach a ZMG from here. Perhaps I should have moved you over here or over there. That's fine though. Right, there goes some of the Moabs. Let's see how the rest of these get taken down. Quite light work. Yeah, these tentacles are just so powerful. Like, it's insta-killing these super ceramics. Like, it's just not balanced at all. Like, it actually appears could be its, like, kryptonite, but then again, you could just say that about, well, any tower. And there goes the rest. Just clearing up those super fortified ceramics like if they're nothing. Like, it takes a little bit of work, but still, they go down really quickly. Okay, lots of Moabs. It's definitely a call to arms moment. But again, the round just goes by absolutely flawlessly. Right, let's get the AZ and we'll use that first on round 85. Just because I feel like we're going to benefit it the most from slowing down the targets which have a high amount of RBE, which stands for Red Balloon Equivalent. Yeah, we're definitely doing hundreds of damage every second. I still have not put down a Jerry's Fire. And speaking of Jerry's Fire, that's going to benefit immensely from the additional range because of Echo Sense Network. Kind of like how it benefits from, let's say, a Shinobi army benefiting a ninja, or Populus Druids surrounding other Druids. Oh my god, look at the range of our Jerry's Fire. It does not normally have that amount of range to it. That's pretty good. If we keep that last CMG up and active, that's pretty good, because it means we won't necessarily be pierced overflow too early on throughout this. Okay, there we go, that's good, that's good. Benefiting the tentacles, benefiting the tridents, benefiting the Jerry's Fire. Oh yes, and we can't go wrong with some invisibility potion, increasing our range of attack. So we've got 4 different forms of increasing our range. Number 1, the village. Number 2, the Echo Sense Network. And number 3, the invisibility potion, but also number 4, the Berserker Brew / Stronger Stimulant. What other ways can we do it? Well, obviously a Sun Temple with support sacrifices, but I think that's kind of out of our price tag, don't you think? So my next question is, how is this going to interact with the DDTs on that round? And we should get ourselves our Balloon Sabos ready for the onslaught later. Right, DDTs. Let's just use a Balloon Sabo to see how it goes on. And honestly, very good. Round 91, a huge amount of pierce to try and go through, but gosh, I love this tower. Like, when the Mermonkey released and we were playing around with them for the first time as players, I don't know why, but I just knew that the top path would just be the best one. And honestly, especially with the nerfs in which middle path has been getting, like, yes, its damage has become better, but its damage type, especially for 2-tower chimps, has been given the biggest nerf in history. Going from not being able to pop purple balloons to now not being able to pop both white and purple balloons. Do you realize how damaging that is early on in the game? Like, in certain cases, energy is a better damage type than frigid, which is what the new damage type is called, where you can't pop a white balloon or a purple balloon. So anything along the magical or the temperature gauge. You're not supposed to become the new shattering shells where you are useless on round 61. Gosh, I just don't know what to do with my life anymore. They just completely removed this thing's capabilities in 2-tower chimps. Like, obviously, like, after round 95, it doesn't matter, because frigid as a damage type, unlike energy, can actually do something against DDTs, which is pretty good. But again, those early rounds do make it an absolute abomination. Oh yes, and the biggest nerf ever in history. You can no longer put an infinite amount of Jerry's fires on the pearl that summons outside of the bottom path Mermonkey. Like, that is just the biggest nerf ever, because you would place down the pearl somewheres and you were just able to put as many Jerry's fires on it as possible as long as you don't move it. So that was fun, especially when update 44 initially came out, when you can refill Geraldo's shop using Reju Potion, because you can just summon an infinite amount of them. Well, not infinite, but quite the number of them. You know, Run is comfortable when you talk about stuff in the late game that is not revolving around the run itself, but something else within the game, or perhaps something else entirely. Like, how is your day going? How is your day going? Those who are watching right now, who have made it this point into the video, hope all of you are having a wonderful day yourself, whatever it is that you are doing. Hope you've learned something new today. Perhaps it's just the beginning of the day and you are about to have breakfast, or have your morning jog, or your morning cup of joe, which also means cup of coffee or cup of tea. Oh my god, round 95. Yeah, that's just I don't know what to say. I have nothing to say about that, honestly. Well, I could have handled that a little bit better so this got less steals, but that's okay. Also, now level 19 means you can do... No, not Joe's Fire on our... All I want to do is increase your range, thank you very much. Hold on a second. We could even put this within the range of the Abyssal Warrior and be able to increase this thing's pierce so that then we will have an easier time on round 100. And you're not in the range of the Alchemist as well, which is genius. So I want the attention to be divided between both of these. I just want the attention to be put onto, well, you know what, solely. Round 96 is coming to a fruitful close. Just like that. Okay, fortified ZMGs. I feel like this is always a taste of round 100, because this is the next toughest thing before getting to round 100. As in, like, total RBE matter. How are we doing on the first fortified ZMG? I can't really tell on its health because of everything that's going on. I just wish you can actually ink ZMGs, but I guess we cannot. Right, that's the first ZMG deconstructed. Thankfully, deconstruction cannot reach over here. That is the first one gone. Yes, it is. And that goes around 97, hopefully soon. I do kind of like the fact that you're not completely popping this, so that then we can get call to arms ready for round 98. Come on now, come on now. Excellent, round 98. We are very close to a Spike Storm, which is going to be mandatory for round 100, because, well, this is not going to be able to pop the bad all on its own. And there is Spike Storm. So I think the only other things we've got to be really worried about is, well, the rest of the game here, but also monitoring how we're going to progress from this point onwards, because super fortified ceramics are kind of ignoring us a little bit here. Quarter arms definitely needed. Gonna definitely need Geraldus's items for round 100. We're gonna save them for round 100. I have to say, with the top half Mermonkey, one of the best towers to be buffed by the Pierce buff are the spike batteries. I honestly feel like that because of the fact that each spike pile can actually pop more balloons. Yeah, this is honestly one of... I would say this is the best performing tier 4 tower when it comes to 2 Megapops out of all of them. Like, the bottom path is... I've not really tested that out. Round 99. DDT's ready for the shorter, despite that they've now gained an additional layer of armor. I'm calling it armor. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Fortified DDTs are putting up a bit of a fight, but not too much of a fight, and since they are calified, they cannot actually be hit by the alchemist. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so what we're going to do on this round here, we're going to use Quarter Arms, Spike Storm, and then we're going to use that again while we're still under the Quarter Arms for the first time. And then when you go to that, eventually, there we go, use Quarter Arms again. We're going to be using the Spike Storm again, and there goes everything there. Good. You don't have to worry about any of this anymore. Okay, that's 26k. That's okay, up to 28. 28. I think we're looking at 2 million and 10,000. I think that's where we're going to go from here, honestly. Can we get anything else? I really can get something like a glue strike. I don't think we can afford a glue strike here. Okay. Quarter Arms, Balloon Sabo. I think we should be good for the rest of this. Yeah, we're good. Oh, 2 million and 12,000. Near 2 million 13,000. So that is actually a very good tower to use for this particular achievement in the game. I'm really liking the changes which Ninja Kiwi did to the damage of this thing, along with the pierce buffs that this gives to nearby towers, like the losses in which the middle path Spike Factory has received in the past few updates. This kind of, well, it doesn't restore it, but it kind of helps in a way, which is really nice to have. Like the times 10 is just, look at the amount of range we've got going on right now, and that is where the everything we've got going on here: the presence of the village, the invisibility potion, the strongest stimulant, and actually all 4 of those. I mean, sorry. All 4 of those forming what is essentially the movement pattern of a knight on a game of chess. So that got a few steals, which I'm not appreciative of. Probably I should have put you up here so that maybe you could only have a chance of ones which are over here instead. I'm surprised that our engineer didn't steal anything, but then again, it's within this corner. This was much needed for the rounds in which I did deploy the dino over here for. Definitely this was very needed. Again, I like this nickname I've given this. I think I'm going to keep it as Dr. Thrax. Braopolis is mainly related to boss events. So everybody, let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments sections below, and let me know what other 2 Megapops videos which I have not done on a particular tower which you'd like to see me do next. I am not going to do anything like Balloon Master Alchemist, because sod that, alongside the top path. Honestly, the middle path is the only viable Alchemist for 2 Megapops, and even that is a stretch. Middle path ninja, but then again, the Geraldo items have been nerfed over the years, so yeah, the sharpening stone is not as good. Jerry's fire, you have to buy more of them in order to survive. Pickles has been nerfed, so certain things have been neutered over the years, honestly. I've still yet to do one on XXXL Trap, and yet to do one on Permaspike. Done one on Primary Expertise. That was really interesting. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below. And likewise, thank you ever so much to everybody that has been using my creator support code. If you wonder what that is, it's these a combination of the letters merged together, and then you click confirm, and then when you're purchasing anything, you're helping me out as a creator. Purchase that fast track pack, purchase that pets fan pack, or purchase the double cash mode if you're really struggling with those boss events, or just want to have a nicer time on a little certain thing called half cash. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.